our first ever Food Mag News Roundup, where we share with you some of the most relevant, or at least entertaining, stories published on our website over the past week or so. First up, not surprisingly, was an overview of the federal budget and how it will affect food and beverage manufacturers. While there's been widespread criticism of a number of elements of this year's budget, the Australian Food and Grocery Council is overall pretty happy with it. CEO Gary Dawson says massive budget deficits have created a climate of uncertainty for business, which undermines confidence and investment. He says this budget's concerted effort to rein in spending and streamline services sends positive signals to business of the government's fiscally responsible approach to public finances. The AFGC is also happy with the $11.6 billion infrastructure growth package, which it says will be a significant boost in stimulating growth and confidence in the food and agribusiness sectors, and will be essential in developing supply chain solutions that create efficient channels to market. But not everyone is as optimistic as the AFGC. Tony Petito, National Head of Food and Beverage at chartered accountants firm Grant Thornton, said the government's reduction of the research and development rate by 1.5% will stifle product innovation. He says Australian food and beverage companies currently spend only 1% of turnover on R&D for product innovation, significantly below our US counterparts, who spend closer to 2%. The new reforms, he says, will see an even further reduction in spend in Australia, which will hurt an industry increasingly reliant on export markets and new distribution channels.
On a lighter note, another popular story on foodmag.com this week was a report on a potential global whisky shortage. And it's not just Scotch whisky that's facing supply issues. American Tennessee whiskey, bourbon and top shelf single malts are experiencing such strong growth that manufacturers are a bit nervous about their capacity to keep up with demand. And what can we attribute this growth to? Bill Lark from Tasmania's Lark Distillery told ABC that shows such as Boston Legal and Mad Men have played a key role in consumers' growing thirst for spirits. Fellow Tasmanian whisky distillery Sullivan's Cove has also enjoyed massive growth recently after being crowned the maker of the world's best single malt at the World Whisky Awards in London earlier this year. The winning drop, Sullivan's Cove French Oak Cask Single Malt Whisky, was promptly cleared from liquor store shelves as whisky enthusiast hipsters heard news of the win. Despite the surge in demand, which is up 100% on last year, Lark says the price of whisky won't be going up. So cheers to that. Shoppers at a number of Woolworths stores across the country might be surprised at what they see when they next peruse the cereal aisle. Cereal and nut bar manufacturer, Be Natural, has managed to get the nod of approval from Woolworths to install the largest ever in-store execution in an Australian supermarket, with a floor decal that stretches the entire length of the aisle. The trial installation, run by Torch Media, is in 10 Woolworths supermarkets around Australia and includes a number of messages promoting a healthier lifestyle and growing your own fruits and vegetables. Be Natural's campaign began earlier this month and will run until the beginning of June. The campaign raises questions, however, of exactly what Torch Media and Be Natural had to do to get the marketing initiative across the line, especially considering both Coles and Woolworths' efforts to promote their own private label products and their questionable treatment of producers and suppliers. Coles in particular is being scrutinised, with the ACCC announcing it has instituted proceedings in the federal court alleging that the supermarket giant broke Australian consumer law in relation to its active retail collaboration program. That's it from us. You know where to go for the latest industry news.